Hello everyone, I am Cindy from Crocket Crochet. Today I'm going to teach you how to make these cute animal balls for the Gumball Machine, and there are 24 of them. The size is 3 x 3 cm and the whole work use 3mm crochet hook. Okay, so these guys are tiny. This video will teach you how to make the set Farm Guardian, which will have the fox and the sheep, and then 4 guardians, which are 4 types of dog. You can also check out the previous video from the link in the description box. These animal balls are for functional gumball machine, so you can just roll it like this, and you can find the tutorial of the gumball machine in the description. And other animals are coming soon as well, so you need to wait for the next video. Alright, and this is my creation, Amy the Candy Girl. If you like it, you can check out the tutorial in the link below. All the tutorial and pattern are free, but if you want to support me, you can purchase the PDF version as well on my Ravelry store. For the equipment, I use felting wool and felting needle as a decoration, but this one is also optional. And the yarn I use is a fingering size and also the fluffy yarn. And the needle crochet hook 3mm size, 4mm back piece polyester fiber. For the agenda, I will start with the basic ball, then I go to common decoration for dogs, then I teach you to do the leg embroidery, then the pattern of Shiba, Corgi, Fox, and Fluffy Ball model, Pomeranian, Poodle, and Sheep. Now, let's get started. First, we start with the basic ball. So, there are 2 types of the basic ball. The one with the eye holes, you will use 4mm beads at the eye, and the one without the eye holes, you will use embroidery. So, most ball will have the same pattern, but it will change according to specific color. So, if you see the ball with the eye hole for row 5, you will make 2 chains, skip 1 stitch. Then the ball without the eye holes, you will make increase instead of 2 chains, skip 1 stitch. So this way you won't have any hole on your balls. Alright, let's start with the illustration. For the first row, we make magic ring 6SC. So if you guys don't know how to make magic ring, you can just go to any website and find the description. So this is basically the magic ring. Just make 6SC on the ring as I am showing you right now. And after you finish 6SC, you just pull the yarn to fasten off the loop and have the circle shape like this one. After that, you can continue second row, which is increases for 6 times. After you finish this row, you will have 12 stitches. Okay, this process is not hard, it is quite basic, so I just want to skip to another process. Alright, this is increase. And then for changing color, you will change the color based on specific pattern. This is how you change the color. For this one, I have the penguin as the example. So I am changing white with blue color in order to create the pattern on the body of this penguin. Next, the tutorial for the eye holes. For the eye holes, you will normally work on row 5. When you do it, just make 2 chains like this. And then skip 1 stitch. And then continue making 4SC. So the 2 eyes will be like separated by 4 stitches. So make 4SC like this. This is first SC, but I have to change the color as well based on the specific pattern. So keep in mind that you have 4 stitches apart from both eyes, but you need to change the color according to the pattern. Alright, when you have 4 SC already, make 2 chains again and skip 1 stitch, and then continue SC as the pattern. Alright, and then for row 6, we will keep making SC, and on the 2 chain of the previous row, which is row 5, you also need to keep making SC on those chains as well. The next tip is that sometimes you need to make the ball with half color stitch. Like if you see that SC with different color, mean that you make half in blue and half in white. For example, what I'm doing right now is half blue and half white, if you can see. Alright, and then after you finish it, you will have the eye hole like this. When you finish making one, and then you can continue the code until row 11. After that, you can fill in polyester fiber. After you fill in polyester fiber, you can make the last row, which is row 12, and then fasten off. And for attaching the 4mm beads in the eye holes, you will need to use the light thread and then just sew the beads. Try to push it inside the hole, and that your eye will be fit in like this. And then you can sew it twice in order to make sure that it won't fall apart. Okay, just sew it again. The other side as well, try to sew the eye beads inside the hole so that you can see it look like this. And then the last one, after all the decoration like wings and leg, you can just sew the end loop to close it. Yeah, finally you can close the hole. So that's it. This is all the basic.
Let's move to the common decoration for dogs. Dogs will have same pattern for ear and for the nose, and also sometimes for the legs as well. The first one is the muzzle. You are going to make the nose with its tongue sticking out. The first step is to make the muzzle by making magic ring 6SC in white color like this. You will get the circle shape, and this will be the muzzle. And then you see the hole in the middle of this circle. You put the needle into the middle and then make slip stitch the pink yarn. Then make 2 chain. Alright, after that, you are going to slip stitch on the second stitch from the hook. You can refer to the chart on the right side of the screen as well for the reference. Alright, after that, last, you need to slip stitch on the ring, and then you can fasten off. That is quite simple. Now you get the tongue. After that, you need to embroider the nose and the mouth. First of all, you need the brown thread, and then embroider as the circle, as a triangle shape first, like this. So this is the nose. Yeah, I recommend you embroider the outline first because it's easier to see the shape before you make the whole thing. Yeah, for me, I make the triangle shape like this. After that, you can start to fill in the whole space like this. Now I'm done with the nose. Yeah, fill all of them just like this. After that, start working on the mouth by embroider this shape as the mouth. Alright, so for type of dog, we'll use this model for muscles. So it's quite simple actually, but I think it is very cute. Then the next thing to have in common is pointed ear. For pointed ear, you make magic ring and then make 3 chain and then make HDC around the ring like this, and then make slip stitch on the ring and then fasten off. Then you will get the ear for the dogs. Alright.
Next, let's learn about the basic legs and feet embroidery. Some ball will need this kind of technique. There will be 3 types of leg embroidery. The first one is only 1 layer embroidery. This one you only embroider 4 string line, just like this cat. You see from the chart on the left side, we just make 4 string line. Alright, and then type 2 is 2 layer embroidery. For this one, you will make first layer embroidery first, and then you will make the embroider around the tip as the hand, as you can see in the left side of the screen. The line 5, 6, 7 is like around the tip. Okay, you can see this illustration for both type 1 and type 2. For the first layer, 1 layer embroidery, you just need to make 4 string line just like this. Just make the string line and repeat it like 3 to 4 times like this. Yeah, this is only 1 layer. And then if you want to do the 2 layer embroidery, you will need to work more on the tip of the hand by embroider around the tip as the hand for about 3 to 4 times, just like this. Okay, now we are done. Alright, and then you make 4 legs. Okay, and then type 3 is also 2 layer embroidery, but for this one it will be a little bit different. You can make first layer first, and then for the second layer you will sew on top of the tip as the hand. I recommend you using lighter thread to embroider on the first layer. Okay, let's see the illustration for type T. After you make the first layer embroidery, then you just use the white thread like this to sew on top of the tip of the leg. So I use very light thread and then just embroider on top of it, and then repeat it like this. Alright, and this is how you make the feet and the hand, or the tip of the hand or the tip of the leg for the corgi or any other animals. You can use this technique. Alright, and then this is done. Very cute indeed.
Alright, let's move to the first one of this set, which is the Shiba. This one is very cute, and you see that it will wink the eyes. You will require to make only 1 eye holes, so you can follow the pattern here. You can capture the screen for your personal use. After you finish the pattern, you can attach 1 eye, and then you can embroider another eye using the black thread.
After that, you can attach the nose that you have already made. Then attach the ear as well. You can attach on top of the head like this. Also, don't forget to sew the tips of the ear to make it look more pointed. After that, make 4 legs. For the leg, you can use the embroidery techniques that I have already shown in the previous section of this video. For the Shiba, we will make 2-layer embroidery or type 2. For type 2, you will make the first layer first, which is embroider short line for 3 to 4 times like this, and then for the feet, embroider the yarn around the tip of the legs. Alright, and then you make 4 of them as follow. Then the decoration, for the eyeballs, you can embroider it or you can fill it as well. As I am not so good at using embroidery, so I choose to fill it. Alright, this is very cute, and also I fill the cheek as well. Alright, it's done. Then the next one is Corgi. This one will look like a Shiba, but you will need a different pattern. You can capture the screen of this pattern for your personal use only. After you finish the pattern, you will get this ball. Then attach the nose and the ears, same way as you do with the Shiba. After that, for the leg, this one will use type T of 2-layer embroidery, which you need to make the first layer. And then for the feet, you will embroider the light thread on top of it to look like the feet. Alright, now it is done for the Corgi. Very cute. Next one is the fox. I can say that this one is a little bit difficult, but it is very cute as well. Okay, you guys can capture the screen for your personal use and follow the pattern to make the ball as follow. Okay, after you finish the ball, then attach the nose and ear. For the nose, you will need 2 colors. You can follow the code I wrote on the screen, on the previous screen. And for the ear, you can use the same pattern as the Corgi and the Shiba. You can use same pattern, but for the fox, you will need to embroider the white yarn as the inner ear as well. You can embroider it this way. You can use white thread to embroider it. And I think this is cute as well. Alright, when you're done with the ear, you can attach it on top of the head like this. And then for the front leg, this one make magic ring and then make 2 chain first and then make 2 HDC. And then you just pull the yarn and then you can just slip stitch on the first stitch. Alright, make sure you get this shape, and then you will embroider the drag bow at the tip of the leg as the feet, just like this. After you finish both legs, you can sew the front leg in the front side of the body part. You can sew it a little bit below the muzzle, just like this. Okay, after I sew this, you will need to make the high leg as well. For the high leg, go a little bit behind the front leg and then slip stitch the yarn in the body. Make one SC and then fasten off, and then that's it. You will get the high leg, and then make two of them as follow. Also embroider the dark bow at the tip of the high legs as well. And then for the tail, you will need to attach 4 to 5 strands of acrylic yarn at the back side of the fox. I recommend you using acrylic yarns because if you use 100% cotton yarn, it won't get fluffy when you scratch it. So make sure you need the acrylic yarn. Alright, and then you can just attach the yarn just like this and then cut it. After that, you can use paintbrush to scratch it as follows. Scratch until it gets fluffy like this. Alright, after that, you need to shape it to the sideway and then use the felting needle to poke the tail in order that it can attach to the body part. Alright, and now you get the tail to the right side of the body. After that, just trim the tail to the shape that you really want it to be. Alright, now it is done for the tail of the fox. Okay, now we are done with the fox. I hope you love it. Now let's move to the fluffy ball model. So the fluffy ball, you will need to make the smaller ball, and then you will use the fluffy yarn to slip stitch around. So now please capture the screen for personal use, and please notice that you will need to work on the back loop only, and there is only 10 rows. So this ball will be smaller than the basic ball that I have already mentioned about, and please keep in mind that you can follow the pattern on the previous screen and just work on back loop only for the whole work. And yeah, and then after you finish row 10, you will get something like this. So it's going to be the smaller ball with the loop on the surface. Alright, and then you can use the fluffy yarn to slip stitch on those back loop of the balls. So I will show you this. You can use the same side of the crochet hook. I don't think you will have the problem of pulling the yarn in, but if you cannot pull the yarn in, you can use the larger crochet hook. There would be no trouble for that. Just keep doing slip stitch the fluffy yarn inside the loop in order to get the fluffy surface of the whole balls. Yeah, and then you do it for every row, and now you get the fluffy balls.
Alright, let's move to the Pomeranian. This one will use the fluffy ball models. So you basically follow the code from the fluffy ball model and then use a decoration according to this screen. Please capture the screen for your personal use. Alright, after you finish the fluffy ball, you can extract the eyes as follow and then extract the nose that you have already learned how to make it from the first section of this video. Okay, and then after that for the legs, this one you will need 4 legs at the bottom of the body part. For me, I use the fluffy yarn and then tie the knot for at least twice. And then you will notice that you get the small ball. So for this small ball, you can use it at the leg. And then you can make 4 small balls like this. I made 4 of them as for the 4 legs and then just attach on the bottom part of the body. You can attach it using the lighter thread to sew it to the body part. Then you sew 4 of the balls. For the ears, you can use the pattern for the pointed ear as I shown you in the first section of this video. It's use the same model. Alright, just like this, and then you can sew the ear on top of the head. Alright, that's it. We finished the Pomeranian. I think this one is also very cute. Next one is the Poodle. So this one you will need to use the brown color instead of white, but normally the model is also the same as the previous one. Just capture the screen for your personal use. Okay, for this one, the leg will be different, but everything else is pretty much the same. For the leg, you will need to use 1 layer embroidery. You can see the first section for the embroidery part. And for the ears, you can just follow the code I wrote on the screen, which is magic ring and then 3 chain, and then make SC from the second stitch of the hook, and then make slip stitch on the ring, on the chain first. Make slip stitch on the chain first, and then lastly you will make slip stitch on the ring and then fasten off and then pull the yarn to close the loop. You can also see the pattern on the right side of the screen as well for the reference. After you finish the ears, you can attach it on top of the head just like this. The tail is also optional because it is just part of my fluffy yarn. And then the last one is the sheep. This one is the most difficult model of this set. Okay, but this one is very cute and I really love it. You can just capture the screen for the personal use. First of all, you need to make the base ball first, and then after the base ball, you won't make it with the fluffy yarn. Just need to make other decoration first, and then follow the pattern for other decoration you need to use for the sheep. Alright, and now I will show you the whole step. Okay, After you make the baseball only, you have to make the face first. For the face, you will need to make the oval shape. So for me, I make 4 chain and then turn and then make SC on the second stitch from the hook, and then make SC, then make 3 SC in the same stitch, and then make SC again, and then the last one will be increase. And then for the shape of this one will be the oval shape. You will have 8 stitch after you finish the first row. Okay, just do it like this. If you follow the pattern correctly, you will get the oval shape like this. And after you finish the first row, you can continue second and third row. This is not very complicated and you will get something like this. Alright, you will get this shape. And then for the fourth row, you will need to chain to the fluffy yarn. For the fourth row, I use fluffy yarn and then continue 6 SC around the work. After you finish it, you can just fasten off. Alright, and now I finish it, fasten off, and then you sew the yarn just like this. Just hide it away. That's it. Okay, this is the face of the sheep, and then after that you will need to make the ear. For the ear, you can refer to the pattern on the right side of the screen. For the ear, make magic ring and then make 2 chain, and then you make slip stitch on the chain. It might be a bit hard, as you can see that I'm quite struggle. Okay, and then last one is that you make slip stitch on the ring and then fasten off. It's very tiny, so it might be a little bit hard. Okay, you see the side, very small. And also, if you want to make the pointed ear, you will need to sew the tip of the ear to make it look more pointed. You can use this technique for all the animal balls that I have already teach you guys. And you guys will get the pointed ear just like this one. And after that, make 2 of the ears and attach it on both sides of the face. Okay, you will get something like this. Alright, now we almost done with the face. What you need next is the decoration. You need to make the eyes and nose and mouth. So for this step, it actually depends on your skill of embroidery, or you can use the felting as well. For me, I am not good with embroidery, so I use felting instead. I felt the eyes and then the nose and the mouth. But if you guys are good at embroidery, you can also use that as well. Alright, you fill it at this face, just like this. After that, you will attach the face to the ball. Try to attach a little bit downward. Alright, and then you will need to make legs. We make 4 legs. For the leg, we just slip stitch the yarn on the body and then make 3 chain. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, and then make HDC Okay, as you see, then slip stitch on the body again and then fasten off like this. Alright, and this is the legs. And then make 4 legs. You will get the sheep without the fur, just like this. And after that, for the fur, you will have to slip stitch the white yarn on those remaining back loops of the ball. You can just make slip stitch around the remaining loop, and that's it. Alright, now you get the fur of the sheep, and you will see any empty spaces between the face and the legs. You can just sew the fluffy yarn to cover the empty spaces, just like this. Now the cute sheep is done. I hope you love it.
Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like my work, please share, like, comment and subscribe to my channel. It will help me a lot to grow my channel here. And thank you guys so much for supporting me. And also, you can check out my Instagram. If you want to show off your work, you can tag me as Crocket Crochet on Instagram. I'm sure to give you some compliment. Thank you so much. Goodbye. See you in the next video.